Analyzing the corpse of a friend generates neural energy. Oh! Oh! What is going on, gaming nerds? Welcome back to Midnight Gaming with Mystic Nightmare. Thanks for coming to the channel and hanging out. Hopefully you guys have an amazing week and you're going to have an amazing weekend. It is midnight yet again. And yet again, we are back on a brand new game for the channel called Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. If you guys don't know what this game is, it came out 3 days ago. Ooh, big snake. It is a open world survival evolution game where we play our ancestral monkeys or apes, if you will. Big croc. Ooh, big croc. We play our ancestral apes or monkeys. Oh, sorry, bird. That sucks. I feel real bad for the bird. Ooh. I can't even pay attention and do commentary during this really cool opening scene. Ooh, there's another one too. I don't think I want to go there. Leopard with spots. Dead fish. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. As I was saying before, we are going to be playing the ancestral apes or monkeys. Hopefully this music isn't too loud. I've got it down to half what it's supposed to be. Before Us, Volume 1. The most important thing about this game basically is your evolution. When you do stuff in the game, it opens up neurons in your brain, and you can use a neuron mapping. There's a neuron map that you can use in the game, and you can actually decide what you want upgraded and evolved. So yeah, super, super, super awesome. Warning, ladies and gentlemen, some graphic content in this episode. Okay, this is a brand new game, as I was saying before. We are a little itty bitty monkey. We're lost in the jungle. We're scared. We've got all this crazy stuff going on. I've done a little bit of play in this game. I know how to do the controls. The controls are not intuitive whatsoever. I'm going to tell you that now. They took a very, very long time to figure out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my intelligence or my senses, and I'm going to focus on this spot right over here. I have done quite a couple of hours in play in the game. As you can see, we've just identified a hiding spot, and we're going to be running over there really quick. What is that over there? Is that another hiding spot? That's another hiding spot right over there. So basically, like I was saying before, the game is all about evolution. You do stuff in the game, it opens up neurons in your brain, then you take those neurons and you can upgrade them, you can open them up, you can unlock them, if you will. Can we jump in here? Yes, we can. We're good to go. You unlock them, and then you can utilize them to make more babies and then become more evolved and more evolved and more evolved. And we're trying to get as close as we possibly can to humans. We're not going to be, I don't think you can actually get fully to humans, but I believe we can get fairly close to humans. So we're going to go ahead and hide in this little spot right here. Like I said, brand new game. It's still in early access. It's $40 on the Epic Store, and it's done by Panache Digital Studios. So just so you guys all know. Now, I've left all of the tutorials on, even though I know a lot of the key buttons and stuff that are in the game. And I've done that to show you kind of, if you wanted to hit pause to see how you play the game and whatnot. So right now, what we've done is we've actually transferred over into an adult, and I'm going to show you guys kind of how the game works, how that game plays, how to do different stuff in the game, and I give you guys a really good idea of what's actually happening in the game, how you play it, the game speed, the pacing of it, and kind of just the beautiful, beautiful atmosphere that you can get from the game. Now, right now, I can hear that baby screaming like a wild monkey, because he's a wild monkey. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our senses. We're going to hit Q to use our senses. Now, I'm sorry, we're going to hit E to use our senses. This opens up a basic senses screen, I guess, and as you can see, there's all of these really strange squares and triangles around that you can focus on and you can try to identify. I'm going to focus on this square right here and let go, and it says growing neuron intelligence. That means I've just done an action and I've kind of become a little bit smarter. Now, there is a neural interface page that you get on that you can kind of pick and choose what you want to specialize in, or if you just want to specialize in everything. So it's actually really, really cool in that aspect. As far as the pacing goes, it's a somewhat slow-going game. It can be a little bit tedious at times when it comes down to like focusing on all of these different things and trying to identify them and stuff. But then it gets super action-packed when you get attacked by something, and it just goes kind of crazy. So there's two types of things that we can use. We can use stand up, which opens up growing neuron motricity or motor city, and then we can also go with hearing and smelling. Smelling just pulls this up, and right now we can't really smell anything at all, I don't think. And then hearing is the right click. See, it's very odd when it comes down to kind of the way that the controls are set up. So we've got hearing, and if we're looking around, as you can see down there, we hear something very annoying. We can focus on it by right clicking and then letting go, and there's a hiding spot right there, and then we can memorize it by pressing E and holding E. Sense of hearing, the localization of anything you have identified and memorized. Now, when it comes down to jumping and swinging and everything else, cliffs and big trees are automatic. When it comes down to branches, up like this branch right up here, you actually have to grab on with spacebar, I believe. So we're just going to go ahead and jump and automatically grab on. We're going to climb directly down. If you want to slide down, you can hit C, and then you can just grab onto the tree trunk and stuff like that. So, like I said, the controls are very difficult to figure out, but once you do, it actually isn't really too bad at all. So let's get over this noisy, annoying monkey. Tap, right click, and then wait for answers to progressively comfort the kids. So we're going to right click. He answers, right click. And he's on his way out. Oh, we're the greatest papas in the world. Very long opening cutscene, by the way, wasn't it, guys? But I had to let you guys see it. It's very super cool. Okay, so now I have him on our back. We're completely free to do what we want. It wants me to take him back to the settlement. If we want, we can stay down here and we can explore. But growing neutron communication with the rest of the group, tribe, whatever you want to call it. So I can climb right back up these trees, these large African trees. Grabbing foliage is when jump and hold spacebar to grab the foliage or the creepers when passing through it. Trunks and branches and rocks are automatically grabbed onto. So if I wanted to, I could hang from the side of this tree. I could press the E button, which is our senses, and then I can look through here and be like, ooh, look at all this pretty stuff that I need to discover. Looks like there's a monkey way up there. Why is there a monkey sign way up there? That's interesting. So I can sit here and I can focus in on this, and it says, oh, well, you haven't discovered this yet. So we're going to do a question mark. I think the game needs a little bit of fine-tuning when it comes down to targeting things. I would like a reticle, just not like a big one, just a little dot in the middle of the screen. That would make things so much easier to do. We can go ahead and climb up this. We'll take this little guy back to our tribe. See, like sprinting isn't shift, it's spacebar. And then you hold it down, and if I stop and then I let go, nothing happens. But if I keep going, I hit spacebar, and then I let go, I jump. It's really weird the way that everything's kind of set up. We're in party. We're partying. We're going aping here. Do the monkey. Do the monkey. Is that Mama? I think that's Mama. Look, an elder Mama. They're gray. Oh, what? Oh, hey, wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's inappropriate. That is inappropriate. That is so inappropriate. That is so inappropriate. Okay, can your lineage evolve faster than our ancestors? All right, so now at this point, let me explain the UI a little bit so you guys aren't confused. In the middle, in the center, there's that green circle. Energy is limited by stamina, which is, I guess, yellow. I'm colorblind. Is limited by life expectancy, which is red. So as you can see on the outside of that circle, there's a little bit of red. That's my life expectancy going down, I guess you could say. Stop moving to see all contextual actions, which is basically all of the stuff on the left. The Z, the Q, the E, and the right click for call. I can call. Ooh, I can call. Ooh, I can call. On the right-hand side, you'll see all those little dots. Now, the orange dots are the children. The smaller white dots, or I guess they're kind of gray, those are the elders. And then the larger white dots on the left-hand side of that circle is the adults. In the center, there isn't actually a dot right now, but there's a white dot that shows up if I hit my senses, which is E. There's a white dot that'll show up when I start to discover stuff. I can right click, or I can left click, focus. And if you watch that circle on the right hand side, actually let's do one that's a little bit easier. Let's go with this over here. You see these that little poof of black smoke? You can't see it right now. I don't know why you can't see it. There it is, that poof of black smoke. That means I haven't discovered something, so I have to go over here and discover it. So I'm going to left click, I'm going to focus first, and it's going to do a question mark, and I'm going to come over and I'm going to pick it up. It's going to tell me to grab, so I grabbed it. Hold Q to inspect any item you have on the right hand side. So I'm going to hold Q. I'm going to inspect it. Oh, look at that, it's opium. Oh my goodness. And if you saw on the right hand side, you may have to rewind the video a little bit, but I got a white, I don't even know what to call it. It's like a white pulsing on that right hand side. That means I got a little bit of neural energy. Okay? And that's really, really cool for us as of right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually I'm going to keep this as my kind of my workspace over here. I'm going to leave the rock right here. I can drop it by pressing C. And it tells me when already discovered dropped items can be stockpiled with identical items. On the left hand side, if you can see, there's an eyeball that tells me if anything has me in their sights, like they're going to attack me. And as you can see, there's kind of a little half circle filled bar. That's dopamine. That's actually a chemical. That's dopamine. The higher that gets, the more that pounds, or the more that pulses, the crazier I can get into a point where I can get into a hysterical state and I can't control the character. Now, there's advantages and disadvantages when it comes down to these different apes. And it comes down to adults, they can get scared, but they have more stamina, more life expectancy. The elders, the gray ones, they don't get scared at all when they're out and about. So I don't have to worry if I get attacked. I don't have to worry about my guy going into a hysterical mode and me not being able to control him and then him dying. Okay? So and then with the babies, they're immune to being sick. They're immune to being, I mean, they can be killed, I believe, but they can't be like bled and they can't have status effects. So there's kind of a, I don't know, there's kind of advantage to having different types of monkeys, I guess. So what we do now is we want to start building our neural links. We want to start building our character, and we want to start evolving a little bit. We can do stuff like moving up and down. Like we can climb the walls, we can climb rocks, we can run around, we can jump, we can swing from trees, we can pick stuff up. But the best thing to start off with is our senses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit E and I'm going to pull up our senses. And I'm going to look around and I'm going to start to, and this is kind of gets a little bit tedious, I'm going to start to kind of identify everything. If you look at that square, look at the bottom right. I don't know if it'll happen when I'm, okay, it didn't actually happen. So if I come over and I discover what this is, it'll give me a little bit of neural energy. So I can grab the branch, I'm going to grab it, and if you look, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to inspect it, and if you watch the circle on the bottom right, you'll see a flash of white light. That means I've gained some neural energy. There you go. Now, did you see that white dot show up in the middle of that circle? That means that's actually my meter for my neural energy. The bigger that gets, the more neural energy I have. Now, why is this important? Well, let me show you why it's important. If we come over here, we drop the stick, we discover this. This is a little bed. When built, a sleep spot is at the basis of every settlement. So lie down, press Z. We got experience for that. So basically, we know nothing as of right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press E and go into our evolutionary chart. This is our evolutionary chart. As you can see, a couple of things just opened. If I highlight over these little almost non-seeable dots, using the senses generates a growth potential as long as they are further used in different contexts. So basically what I have to do is keep using my senses to open this up. Once I open it up, I can use neural energy to activate it, and then I can use neural energy to connect it from my main brain nucleus here over to that little node. And I've got this node down here. This is intelligence. This is communication. And over here is the environment and your motor skills. Now, this isn't all that it is. There's thousands of these neurons. They're all around here. But you have to activate these and open up these consistently in a row to activate the other ones. If I mouse scroll backwards, I can do reinforcements. Now, you see how it says 2 reinforcements? For every child that's in our group, we have a reinforcement. And when we open up these neurons, we can actually reinforce each of these neurons by clicking on them, and it'll save them permanently. So when we have babies, or we skip generations to have the babies grow up immediately, you pretty much have to start over in reconnecting all of your neurons. You don't have to reopen them, you just have to reconnect them. Now, if I scroll out a little bit more, this is going to be our achievements page. If I hit Q and expand over here, you can see all these blurred out achievements. Now I hit Q again, it goes to evolve, explore, expand, evolve. These are achievements that we do during the game. Now, these achievements are actually pretty cool because, as you can see, it says to launch an evolution, you must be in your clan's active settlement, have passed at least 1 generation, and it succeeded an evolutionary feat. These are evolutionary feats. And this is 10 million years ago. Okay, so you're trying to get as close as you can to us, which is crazy. So you've got 1 death, which is the guy that got killed by the eagle. We have 2 births. And what happens is when you do an evolutionary jump through this thing right here, here's your timeline down here: lineage, science, 10 million, 9 million, 8, 7, 6, and yada, yada, yada. Once you do an achievement through this, it tells you, okay, this is how soon, or compared to the real life humans in the world, how soon we achieved this and how soon you achieved it on the game. It's actually really, really cool, and it's actually fairly sciencey. So there's our evolution, here's our generation reinforcements, and if I scroll forward, this is the neurons we're trying to activate. So how do we do that? Very, very cool. We go back out, and now I need to do the tedious part. I sit here, I press E, and you see all this stuff. I gotta scan all of this stuff, or I gotta go discover what they are. So I come over here, I click it, it says, okay, there's a question mark right there. Come over here, click it, there's a question mark right there. Yada, yada, yada. Now, did you see that one? That one I was able to actually identify because it was a dead branch. We've already had the dead branch in our hand. We've already discovered it by pressing Q and examining it once we picked it. So now when I do that to all the dead branches, I'll be able to immediately identify it, and I'll get more neural energy, which is super, super, super cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to pick this. Let's look what it is. New tool discovery, natal grass cicade. All right. So what we're going to do is we can actually utilize these. We're going to come over here. And I think I'm going to go probably right about here. We're going to go ahead and press C and we're going to drop it. Now we're going to take our stick. We're going to pick up our stick. Now we can alter. I don't think we can actually do it yet. No, we can't do it yet. So I'm just going to press C and drop it. Let's grab a couple of these guys. Okay, so matured neuron, motor city, or motoricity, something like that. Press C. We're dropping it. Construction. Some items can lead to construction possibilities when in a stockpile, depending on their number. Excellent. Let's grab some more. Let's see what we can construct with it. So as you can see, they all go in a pile and stuff, so it's nice and neat. Let's grab another one. Press C. Okay, so now that we've got enough, we can press E, start construction, and then we just pound the hell out of the spacebar. Ooh. Okay, and if you were watching closely in the center, as you can see, my center ball at the bottom actually had a bunch of yellow that happened to it. That means my stamina was being brought down a little bit. That green is my energy. Okay, so if I hit E now and use my senses, I can focus in on a few things, and let's see if we can actually discover... Okay, so now I got some neural energy from that because I already knew what it was and I identified it from a distance. Same with that. As you can see, the little white dot in the bottom right circle in the center is getting bigger and bigger. That means I'm getting more neural energy. What is this over there? Is that the same thing? It's getting bigger and bigger. That's what she said. Okay, so now we can just keep going with this, and we can just keep identifying and scanning. Now, this is kind of the tedious part of the game, I'll admit. But the game is so much bigger. It gets so big. I'll be completely honest with you guys. It gets amazingly big. Okay, so what else do we have? We have a square up there. It looks like a beehive right there. And the thing that I'm kind of... What is that? Oh, this... Okay, so the diamonds... I believe the diamonds are actually... Actually, I don't know exactly... I've never actually found a diamond. I've never gotten to one. I tried to get to one. Ooh, we're inside him. We are inside him. That's disgusting. I can't focus on it. Why can't I focus on it? E. Discover. I don't know what's happening. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. I have never seen this before. Jungle, hidden waterfalls, oasis. So that's where we're at. Oh, that's how those things work. That's the only thing I was never able to actually find or get a hold of. That's cool, man. Okay, this is a really long cutscene. It's pretty. You can tell nothing can get to us. Okay, I got Merlin here on my arm. He's kind of driving me a little bit nuts. What the hell is going on? I've never seen this before. Really? You're gonna run towards it? Who are you talking to, homie? Discover the jungle's hidden waterfall oasis. And now I am perched. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a tightrope walker. Look at this. We are amazing, and we have a kid on our back and everything. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, we are... Where are we exactly? Who are you? And what are you doing down there? What is that right there? Why? Where? What? No. That's a nest. That's that bird's nest. Oh, this is not good. We are in a very bad spot, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I want to go over there that far. I'm not quite ready for this. Wow, we are really way up here. How do I get down? How do I get down? Are we down there? Is that where our camp is? I was not expecting this. I wasn't expecting to... I never seen that before because I hadn't discovered that area. I'd done quite a bit in the game so far, but I hadn't done that much. Focus. This is my smell. This is my smell-o-vision right here. Senses, matured neuron senses. Cool. Okay, but it didn't really like focus in on it, so looks like that was where the dead monkey was. I'm just thinking I really don't want to be messing with a gigantic freaking bird up here as of right now. Okay. Okay, we're going for it. Oh, no, no. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I pooped a little bit. I was not expecting to fall that far. I thought I would be able to grab the frickin' branches. And I think I missed the branches completely. Like, completely. And what am I hearing? What am I hearing? And who am I hearing it from? Okay, so now that we're out in the jungle, we can sit here and go like this. As you can see, that did nothing for me. But if I was to go discover it, and then I was able to do that with all of the branches out here, we would get a ton of neural energy. So what we're going to do... I don't really want to go up to that nest, but I think it would be really good for video, maybe, if something actually happened. Which is really just not the greatest thing that I want to be thinking about right now. I really like jumping and climbing in this game. It is an absolute blast. Now, just if you guys didn't know, which you probably don't know because it's only been out for 3 days. If you guys didn't know, having a baby on your back is kind of like teaching the next generation how to do stuff and discovering with the next generation. Okay? And what that means is you actually get more neural energy faster by doing that. Okay. So what we're going to do... come up here. I heard him. Did you guys hear him? I heard him. Where's he at? Where am I going to jump if he comes after me? What the hell is that guy doing over there? He looks like he's doing something filthy to himself. Okay. Oh. I'm going to analyze the clan member. Analyzing the corpse of a friend generates neural energy. Oh! Oh! Get down, get down, get down, get down. Oh, that's a battler eagle. The bottom, get down. No, no, we are not messing with an eagle. Like I said, guys, you can get... Whew, pooped a little bit on that. Oh, what was I saying? It's kind of a, to be honest with you, it's a slow moving game until something like that happens, and then the shit just kind of hits the fan, or the fit hits the shan. I just swore I don't care. I don't care. I just said the S word. It's not that big of a deal. The fit hits the shan. What the hell are you doing up here, monkey? What are you doing up here, weirdo? What? What's the problem? Are you sick? Are you sick? Will you lie down for me? Can I touch your butt? I mean, it looks like he's sick. Oh, I'm bleeding. Ooh, I'm bleeding. Okay, so bleeding, as you can see, to the right of the eye in the bottom left, you can see that I have a cut and a blood thing. It means I'm bleeding. So what I can do is there's actually something that can stop me from bleeding. The problem is it's right underneath that freaking nest, and I really don't want to go out there. Is there somewhere else I can go? Can I go down over there? Let's go down over there, and then I can press E to memorize. So when I come out of my smartness, which is intelligence, I can still see where it's at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. I'm going to jump and hope to God that I catch this. I did. Okay. Up, 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 up. Okay, so what this is like the biggest thing in the game that you definitely need to get to. You get up here, and if you can get it right, you can get by this little beehive looking thing right here. This can stop you from bleeding. The problem is it needs to be a little bit more intuitive when it comes down to just put a small little dot, a little reticle inside the middle of the screen, okay? That's all I'm asking. That would be super, super, super nice. Okay, so now I'm standing up. I'm going to inspect it first. Look at the bottom right of the screen. Look how big our center dot is. We've got a lot of neural energy, so we're going to go back and we're going to use it. But first, I'm going to go ahead and identify this. Copper fiber. Now, as you can see, after I've identified it, it says apply in the left-hand side of the screen. I'm going to apply it. Now, watch the debuff to the right of the eye. Boom, ladies and gentlemen, we just healed ourselves and we're badasses. Now, excuse me, hiccups. Now, because we've identified that, if we go ahead and press E and go into our intelligence and then start scanning these, boom, copper fiber. So they're no longer question marks. You can actually find them and see them and identify them. Now, as I identified this one, watch in the bottom right of the screen, watch me get neural energy from identifying this. Boom, you see that? Now look at this. Look at all of the squares. Look at all the squares. We can get so much neural energy from just sitting out here and identifying anything. And this will give you a really, really, really good start when it comes down to your neuroptics and your brainage, and you can connecting all of your neurons and everything else. So what I'm going to do is we need to get back to base, and I think we're actually fairly close in this tree right here. So let's go ahead and go down. And we're going to jump. With jumping, you have to press E or W, I should say, and point to where you want to jump to, and then press spacebar and let go. It won't jump if you're just standing still. I'm pressing spacebar and nothing's happening. So what we're going to do is we're going to lie down and we're going to go through our neuroptics. I'm going to show you about our neuroptics. That's not lying down. That's pressing E. That's pressing the escape button. I'm going to press Z. Z to lie down. E. E to evolve. Okay. You see that? So 3 of these neurons have opened up. Matured neuron. Okay, and this one's for neural growth. This one's for, oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading the wrong thing. Assign neural energy, motor skills. Gosh. Senses. And then assign natural energy capacity for environmental analysis. Okay, whatever that means. Honestly, with all that climbing, we should get like a physical one. Is there not a physical one? Motor skill. There's their motor skill. Okay, motor skills. This one you probably want to go up with the first time. You probably want to go up with. Get it. The apply to switch hands with an item is required. This opens up an entire world for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Get it. And I'm going to show you why. Tap X to switch hands. Now you see how it opens up other neurons? Boom. You can open up other neurons, but it doesn't quite tell you what those other neurons do. So I kind of want to open up each one of these to get a start on each one. So initiate the senses. The range for detection of odors and sounds is slightly increased. That opened up 3 for us. And then this one is, I believe, this one's communication over here. So this one, environmental analysis. The range for detection of non-edible resources is increased. Okay, so now that we've done that, we've got all of this neural energy that we can't even use yet. So we have to go around and we have to do things with our body. We have to build stuff. We have to climb. And that will open up these neurons right here. And then as we use our senses, that'll open up neurons over here. Okay, you see what I'm saying? And then what we can do is once they're opened, you can actually connect them using all of this beautiful neural energy right here. Let's go ahead and hit delete and we can get out. And as you can see, our center mass mini. Okay, tap X to switch hands. Tapping X. Okay. So now what I can do is I can take the stick that we had before and I can press X and it'll switch hands. Once in the left hand, some items may be altered with bare hands or crafted. So press X, press X. Now on the left hand side it says alter using spacebar. I'm going to press alter. And now left click to alter. You have to hold all of these buttons at once. I'm holding spacebar and I have to left click. Now what you're doing is you're listening for a ting. It's just a little light bell sound which tells you that you've pressed the button, the left click long enough. Now listen, I'm going to be very quiet. Did you hear it? And I let go of the left click. So now by doing that, I can switch hands again to my right hand, and then I can inspect using Q. And we can get more neural energy. What is it, ladies and gentlemen? It's cocaine. It's a stick of cocaine. So that's that. And it hasn't really opened up any, like, neurons for us. If I can get one to open up a neuron, I'm going to press Q. And let me smell a little bit here. Let me smellify you. Let me do my smell-o-vision. I'm just going to smell everything I can. Okay, those are all monkeys. Can I get something different? Neuron matured. Senses. Okay, so now that we've matured a neuron, let's go ahead and drop our stick. Go back to our bed. Lay down. We'll go into our evolution. And as you can see, we've got our neuron. Neural growth is complete. So now that we have all of this neural energy we can utilize, we click on it, and it opens it up. Olfaction. Once connected, the range for detection of the source of an odor is increased. Now it's not connected, it's just identified. So to connect it, I need to use all of this energy that's in here. So I'm just going to hold it and click. Boom, baby. The range for detection of the source of an odor is increased. Very, very cool. And that's how you do it. And see, it'll open up a couple more neurons, and then you can play around with this neuron. And as you're moving forward with the game and you're playing like this and you're doing stuff in the game, you're moving and you're even sleeping. Even sleeping, I think, gives you like neural energy. We're sleeping right now, and you have to hold down Z. And this is cool. Watch this. He actually dreams. Ooh. And he snores. He snores. Ladies, he's a snorer. So as long as you're sleeping for 4 hours, you can, at the middle circle in the bottom gets revitalized. Your sleep is met. So as long as you do 4 hours. And we're going to go over here and we're going to drink some waters because it gives you a status update when you wake up. So we're going to scoop, and we haven't discovered water yet. So we hit Q to inspect the water. New food, fresh water. Now we can hit left. Oops, sorry. Nope, not focus. Nope, not. No, scoop. Scoop. Left click. And if you watch the middle circle at the bottom, it's not. There we go. You see that yellow pulsing energy thing? That is you regaining your stamina and your health and your life and vitality and everything else. So that is all the time we have. I'm not even close to telling you guys, showing you guys what you can do in this game. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, don't hit it. Just make sure no matter what you do, subscribe. Thanks for coming to the channel and hanging out. I really appreciate it. Sorry the video went long, but this needs a lot of explanation on this game. Keep gaming, keep doing it, midnight. Have a blast. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Have a good one, and bye-bye.